Thank you very much. Please be seated. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. This is better. Mr. Deputy, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, especially Wendy, Koinsola, and Shugomi. It's not what we hoped, but this is what it is. So a lot of people have spoken here, and I think my own words, tribute, should take a different dimension. It's really not to begin to talk about how dedicated, how mathematically inclined, how truly loyal Adegboyega was. And it's interesting because we're talking about Adegboyega in past tense. So I brought some of the few boys that Adegboyega has turned to men, just for us to also see. Adegboyega Olumade Soyanwo. Our path crossed because obviously his elder brother has been my friend for over 35 years. So I've known Adegboyega for that long. And those early days, it doesn't say a lot. Bayo and I will be together, he will come, greet, he will say a few things, and he will drive off. You don't shabru, you know. So it took a while before I got to understand that Adegboyega was a man of very few words. He was action-driven. He had so much energy in him that you need to study him well to understand what kind of a rare brain he truly was. Adegboyega GS Dikos is one person that has brought true meaning to that title, Deputy Chief of Staff. There's been several Deputy Chief of Staff in this country, but I can tell you, Adegboyega has come to give that name, that title, a breath of freshness and a position of honor and dignity that I believe when you say that you're a Dikos, indeed, is a position of honor. I want to thank him first for accepting, not necessarily to be the one, but to be the best number two that you could have asked for. Adegboyega was the first cabinet member that I had. Thank you. Adegboyega was the very first cabinet member that I had, not in 2019, but 24 hours in 2018, after I declared my intention to run as the governor of the state. He and the three musketeers behind me, in 24 hours, they all showed up in my house. I need not invite any of them, because I will explain to you how Adegboyega and I had been 15 years before then. Michael used to work with me. I've known Myoju as a young boy. He just came home. Actually, I announced, and he came from America. He came home, and the following day he came. Michael used to work with me, and Bimbo I've always known as our errand, go to Dubai. All the three of them showed up the next day, and of course, Adegboyega led the team. From the very first day, I did not give them a letter of appointment. I did not give them a title. They all came around, took over my phone, and they said, since you make this announcement, we are with you. And Adegboyega led the three of them. From day one, he was the leader of the team. He was the organizer of the match, and he was the one that was indeed the cheerleader. Of course, before then, like I said, 10, 15 years, Bayo and I have been friends, forever. So when I left government the first time, Adegboyega came to join us as a director in our company. And from there on, you guys don't know him. It's not organization that is his deal. It's giving him very difficult assignment, like an Excel spreadsheet for him to go and analyze. Difficult Pythagoras or calculus that you tell him to go and unravel. Transactions that you have no idea on how to resolve. That's how Adegboyega starts. And so way from then, he organized all of us in that office too well. And so when he showed up the very next day, I knew too well that indeed God has shown up for me. And from that day on, Adegboyega has helped me be a better person. You guys don't understand. Adegboyega has helped me being a better governor than I am today. The chief of staff manages the chief of staff and everything. There are about 2,000 of them. You see, when he came out, he was even more than everybody. He manages that. But Adegboyega manages the governor, and he manages everything about me. And he does it so effortlessly. He understands what the job entails. He appreciates the dynamics. He understands how tedious and how demanding that job is. And for once, I never shouted at him, because all you need to do was to tell Adegboyega once, "Oga, it's done." I actually don't know how he does it. So there's several examples of me showing up, nicely dressed, cutting the tape, and you guys don't know what effort some other people has put to that event or that activity that will make that ribbon cutting so successful. Some of the first cabinet members will tell you, because the second cabinet are just about a year old, but the first cabinet 4 years ago, they knew too well that the call from Adegboyega is a call for action. A phone call from Adegboyega is a call that indeed we are needed, and we are needed like yesterday. Adegboyega was the rallying point for my entire office. The only other person, apart from security, that is also not here, is probably Buki. And so all of them ensures that they take instructions from him from the very first day. And so I stand here very humble that a friend, a brother that has helped shape me to be a better manager, to be a better governor, is the person that we're celebrating today. I'm certainly not going to mourn him. I will forever be celebrating him. I will forever be thankful to his brother and to God for making our path to cross. And I want to say that a lot of people have come here and they've used great words to describe his person. I imagine that those words were not used recklessly. But there are a few things about Adegboyega that all of you haven't spoken about, which I will. Adegboyega doesn't like a football team. He supports the referee. But you can take that from their mom. Being a French teacher, they dare not go out to play football. So Bayo too doesn't have a football team. Adegboyega and Bayo, they don't. If it's Man U, if it's the Rangers, they don't. They just want the referee to look good, and nobody touches the referee, and the referee goes home. But Koinsola has created a path for himself. And while Koinsola was growing up, there was always that fight. He's supporting Man U. Leave the boy alone. Today, Koinsola has discovered that his father indeed was one of his best friends. That his father actually wanted the very best for him at all times. Shubomi, aka Treasure, from the Green Springs day to your A-levels day to now in the university, you know too well that everything around your dad, about your dad, is you. God will bless you. God will strengthen you, and God will be with you. Konsola, aka K-Boy, now is K-Man. Because all of a sudden, you have grown to be a man. And remember the script that I showed you. My son, when others are losing their head, you will not lose yours. And you will stand up and you'll be counted. And I've shown you a few things, and you've heard a lot, and you've seen that indeed he was a great man. To a lot of us that are here today, friends, priceless. It's interesting to know, because I know most of you, but I didn't know priceless. Now I know priceless. How he was able to galvanize that team together. He wasn't making a phone call to ask for any gratification. He was making a phone call so that I'll look good, I'll look well, and the job will be done. A lot of times, you know, it's a boy, you don't know. You don't put that's way up for you. It's perfection or excellence. The first time, the next time, at all times. That's what God has taken away from us. Bega was a comrade, a real true comrade. Adegboyega was a soldier, a real fighter. We've lost a great friend and a brother. In my view, we've lost a cherished colleague. Lagos have lost one of its very best. Lagos State Public Service have lost one of the greatest public servants that has come out in our generation. Lagos State Ex have lost a truly dependable colleague and an ally that is irrepressible. Friends and brothers, we've lost a confidant. We've lost a totally loyal brother. Sometimes when Bible wants to know where I am, you can never get it from me. Maybe it's your friend, call him. That is how fierce loyal he was. He will not mix and say that this my official job will be colored by friendship. No, that's what the government does. And several times, going by will come back and all of them say, oh, get them, but that's instruction. And I'm sure you all know when Adegboyega writes national assignment, state assignment, he's all covering up for me on a lot of lines that I need to tell people about. And so you can see that beyond all of the adjectives that we have used to qualify, there can only be one GS. There can only be one real discourse of our time. There can only be only one Adegboyega Madi Shoyongo. Indeed, I've lost a strong part of me. But God who comforts all of us, will make it easy and bearable for us. I want to say, Konsola and Shubumi, I take the responsibility of your big daddy now. Bayo is your small daddy. Full responsibility. And God will walk us through. Wendy, I know that's your dear name that is specific for GS and yourself. You earned a new brother in us and a real ally in all of us. Bio, God will strengthen you. Mr. Kemi and Bumi, God will be with you. You have not lost a brother. You have earned new friends. You have earned new families. We will be with you. Adegboyega has earned it. He has worked tirelessly for it. He has kept faith. He has done more than what we could expect from a 55-year-old. He has fought a good battle. He has shown us that there's reward for loyalty. He has shown us that there's reward for hard work. He has explained and expressed to us what it means to be totally committed to whatever people give him to do without looking back. Ideals